So, age is a number, a very important number, right? For some people, especially. And, so, this sounds sus as fuck out of context. but, um, but we're not talking about in the sexual context, right? Instead, we're talking about in like a sort of like just life progress, like progressing through life, okay? Because when I was younger, when I was like 14, 15, off in high school, whatever, doing my thing, I thought that I had to be a certain age to do specific things, right? At 16, I'm gonna be driving, and I'm gonna go out to many different places and experience life. At 18, I'm gonna go to college, and I'm gonna party, and I'm gonna have the best time of my life. And then at 21, like, you see that? Like, expectations like that, basically. But I never stopped to question myself, okay, wait, why do I need to wait to do that? Like, why do I need to be this certain age to do this thing, right? And I could go on to other examples, like there's, if I look at, like, way back in my past, right, like, when I was a kid, I had this, like, really stupid, leveling progress when it came to video games, where I thought that, like, I wasn't able to beat a hard game, or, like, complete a hard game just because I was young, and that, I would need to, I would have to, like, grow up and be older so that I could do, like, actually play this hard game and complete it through, right? And I'm wrong about that. I'm definitely wrong about that because, I mean, I used to play a lot of video games, but now it's, like, severely decreased, so now I think I'm pretty shit at them at this point, but yeah, it's that sort of, like, expectation of, like, okay, yeah, I have to be this age to do this thing. I gotta do that and do this, right? But, like, think this to yourself. Why are you putting that limit on yourself? Like, genuine question. Why are you putting that on yourself as a limit? Like, if you want to do that thing, just go ahead and do it. And actually, the younger the better, right? Unless we're talking about, like, hardcore drugs or sex. Like, no, just don't do those, please. Okay, just, if it's, like, something or, like, something interesting, productive, and something that, you think is enjoyable, like, maybe like going on a hike, for example, right? Going on a hike, doing, airsoft, right? Or, like, maybe watching some movie, like, something like that, for example. Or, like, it could be more productive things like making a YouTube channel, right? Or, writing a book, doing research, studying even, hell, like, studying, like, more advanced topics. If you want to study, like, quantum physics, when you're, like, at 14, then I wish you the best of luck. But, like, but yeah, go ahead. And also, that reminds me as well, like, if school, like, being in the school system, and, like, well, especially the public school system, right? They heavily emphasize the whole, like, going up the ladder and, like, going, just, like, you're at your place. You're gonna get to this next place by X amount of years. And, sorry to say this, but that's not how life works. I mean, if it did, honestly, I think that'd be a pretty boring lifestyle if you think about it, Like, you're just gonna be sitting back, and it's like, okay, great, I want to do this thing, but, like, I gotta wait 5 years to do it. Like, no, that sucks. I hate that mentality. And I had this mentality for a long time, but now that I've kind of broken that limitation for myself, because if I had to keep that mentality right now, it would look like something like, oh, well, I need to get a good paying job when I'm 21. I'm gonna get 70K when I'm 25. I'm gonna get 120K when I'm like 30 or something, right? Like, that sounds like shit, don't you think? Like, no, it's just, right? It's like, oh, cool, I have to wait. But it feels a lot more exciting and thrilling once you, like, actually go ahead and do the thing that you want to do without any, like, limitations or any barriers. So that's maybe legal ones, but I hope that's not a concern for you. I would imagine it should be, but I don't know. But either way, point being, I used to have this mentality when I was younger, and that inhibited me from doing so many different things I wanted to do. And now that I've got out of the mentality, I just feel a lot more free, honestly. And probably going back to the whole school topic thing, right? again, they engraved this whole topic of like, oh yeah, you're at a level. Oh god, fuck my mic. This is what happens when you have like $0 in your budget and your mic just falls down. But yeah, but like you're at a certain place, you're at a certain level, position, right? And you're gonna get to that higher up position over a certain period of time. And to a degree, it's true, right? But like the way that they present it to you in school and work and all these other places, it's almost like they're just gonna hand it to you when you're like a certain age or a certain position or whatever. It's like, oh well, he's 32 years old, so I'm sure he must be capable of being a manager now. So we're gonna make him a manager now, and he's been working for such a long time. It's such a hard, right? It's not taking into account leadership skills, communication skills, presentation from not only customers but also with employees. Like, how do the employees think of him? If we're looking at a school perspective, it's like, what does the student actually do as soon as he gets home? Does he study and just play video games, or does he study, then like work, like study a new thing that's like completely outside of school, or does he learn a new skill? Does he learn a new craft, a language? Does he learn about how to make money at his age? You know, is he making money at his age? Because time and time again, the more that, you know, we live through life, right, we're gonna see, I remember there's a saying that, I'm not sure if my dad said it or like somebody said it, but it's, as time goes on, or like as generations pass by, you know, younger people are starting to get more smarter, more educated, and they're able to do things that we probably would have done at that age. We probably would have done the same thing, probably. I guess if we're looking at the modern perspective, maybe like 16 to 18, maybe like 20, oh, no, 16 is like probably pushing it, like 18 to 21, I think like college age is more reasonable to think, right? But like, for example, like there's like 9-year-old YouTubers, right? 9-year-old TikTokers. There's 12-year-old animators. I've seen 12-year-old animators, and they've actually done a very good job at their craft. It's actually impressive, right? Kind of makes me a bit jealous to some degree too. But at the same time, though, I mean, they worked hard. They knew what they were doing. They put their craft in. They did the exact same thing as like somebody in that like same YouTube channel niche. You know, that's like a 18 to 24-year-old, maybe like 29-year-old, like somewhere around that age, right? Sorry, that was a message I got from. But anyways, what was I trying to say? But yeah, it doesn't, like, that limitation doesn't have to be an age limitation or like a position limitation. That's what your mind wants to tell you, because that's what society has feed onto you. I know I sound like a crazy person, like, society is bad, like they're saying all these like manipulative things, bro. But like, seriously though, think about this, right? Society and like teachers, public school system, everyone, like our parents even, they gave us this idea like, oh, at this age you're supposed to be doing this thing, at this position you're supposed to be doing this thing, right? Like, you can't just break out of that, otherwise, God forbid, you're a horrible person, or, you know, you probably cheated your way through or something like that, right? And I have many stories like that where, you know, there are times where I have, I wouldn't say I've cheated. I went through it in a different way. Let's go with that, right? For sake of legality purposes. But that would be in another video if I somehow come up to that at some point, right? But like, to cut that story short, basically, there was a job I wanted. It was gonna help me through school, and it was gonna help me to the goal that I wanted to achieve. And despite the limitations that the job descriptions that I had, I was like, fuck you. I'm gonna go ahead and do it, right? So I went on ahead, I did it, right? I submitted a resume. Maybe not the best idea for a fake resume, but I did a thing. They accepted me, I got that position, and I managed to work there for like 6 months. And I learned a lot, actually. I learned a lot of technical skills. I learned about patient consolidation and all that sort of stuff. And I wouldn't have been able to do that had I not just said, fuck you, like, fuck the limitations. I'm gonna go on ahead and do my own thing. Like, seriously. You have to have that sort of intuition in your head and just sort of like go at it, all right? And I know that's like it's easier said than done, right? But if you get over that fear of just, like, oh, I need to do this thing, I need to do that, like, just if you let your brain limit you, you're gonna be limited. If you just tell your brain, go fuck yourself, I'm not letting you limit anything I do, unless, again, legality maybe, that would be a good thing, right? Then, well, even then, like, just pushing it a little bit, maybe, fine. Like, that's not, like, jaywalking. Oh, that's illegal. Oh, no, you shouldn't do that. Well, everybody does it. Like, everybody in the city does it. But, like, that kind of push is okay. But, you just don't let your brain limit you. Don't let other people limit you. Don't let other people just say, like, oh, you need to do this thing. Or, like, definitely take what they're saying to a grain of salt, right? Like, take into accountability, like, okay, maybe this is the conventionally good idea. How do I take this conventionally good idea and make it my own idea, right? So just, boop, make it my own thing. And the way you do that is trial and error, asking questions, questioning a lot of things, right? Asking other people for advice, which I guess goes with the questioning, right? And just experience. Raw, flat out experience. Because trust me when I say this, if you're gonna do that experience right now at a position where you're supposed to be studying, like, only studying, right? But you still take that initiative to go ahead and do that. Think about how good that looks if you're trying to go into college, or if you're trying to get a job somewhere, right? An internship, or if you're trying to go for a graduate program, if you will, right? Wherever you are in life, wherever position you are in societal standards, like, you can figure out a way to sort of push yourself forward or push yourself to that place where you want to be. Now, granted, it's gonna feel weird and awkward and unstable, but you're still learning something, and that's the big thing, at the least. That's a big key takeaway. If you're gonna go ahead and do the thing, despite that limitation, you're gonna at least learn. That is the worst case scenario. You're gonna learn something, okay? The best case scenario is you go ahead and do whatever you wanted to do. Awesome, right? You get that experience. You have a story to tell, and I would tell a story, but I'm running out of space on my phone, so that's unlucky. I'm gonna have to clean out my phone after this. I should clean afterwards, but oh, screw me! I did not bother to clean up my phone because I'm a dimwit. But whatever. Sorry, I'm a little bit so this is what happens when you do voice acting for a long time. It's like, you just like, go fucking insane. But okay, I'm getting off topic here. But what is the take-home message here, right? Limitations, like age and position, right? Those are the two big ones. You tell those things to go fuck themselves. Big middle fingers, double middle fingers, right? And you go ahead and try it, at least. And if you don't feel comfortable trying it, okay, fine. Start off small. Start off with, like, getting knowledge of the thing you want to do. So, like, if you don't feel comfortable starting a business, for example, watch some videos on YouTube about business. Read a book about business. Or marketing. Or, like, hear about some other people's stories. Look at some other businesses. Pay attention to what they do. And at some point, once you start at that, like, beginning area, like, okay, this is what I should do, there should be a point in you where it's gonna go for that push. It's gonna go for that drive, that, like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And then you're gonna go ahead and do the thing you wanted to do anyways, despite your brain just telling you, nah, I don't think you should. You're not at the right time yet. This is not a good, like, no. Go ahead and do it. The worst case scenario, you learn something and you have a story. I should probably mention that too, but you have a story to tell. Okay? And, yeah, that's really all I have to say on that regard. So, I wish you the best of luck in terms of whatever life goal or endeavors you may have. And, you guys have a lovely rest of your day. And then I'm gonna go do the